Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of anticipation. It's your one last moment to catch your breath before you race for glory. You still want to become champion? Well, keep your head cool for me. Your rivals aren't holding back now. It's time to chase for the cup. We're down 10 races in the Miscraft Cup Series Season number 9, and round 11 brings us to the South Maine Raceway here way up in the Northeast for race number 11, the third race of the first round of the chase. Be sure to hit subscribe because this is going to be a fantastic end to the season. We're getting ready to crown a champion here in the Miscraft Cup Series, but today we got to figure out who the final four will be to make it into that championship race. Reddick, Chastain, Truex, and Elliott are currently in, but William Byron first out by 6 points, and then it's Barry, Logano, and Busch that are quite a little bit further ways back. And there's a look at all the 8 championship crowns so far this in this campaign of the Miscraft Cup Series, 8 seasons in, and we're getting ready to make ourselves a 9th one here today. So we'll take a look at the drivers to watch for today's race. So you got Ross Chastain. He won in Las Vegas after cutting through the smoke, threading that needle between the crashing Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. He starts on pole. Great momentum for the number 1 machine, and we'll see if he can get it done and go back-to-back here today in South Maine. And then the 24 of William Byron starts 6th here today in the Ghost 500. He is 5 points below the cut line. He won this race last year, so he'll have to have that speed again if he wants to be able to pull his way in and get into that Final Four and go for a second championship. And here's Tyler Reddick. He is 16 points to the cut line. Leader of the point standing, starts 10th here today. You know, he's in a solid spot. He just needs to be able to finish this race out after winning the Miscraft Racing Complex a couple of races ago, and he's sure got the speed to do it. But here's Martin Truex Jr. It's his last season in this series, and he starts 15th here today. He's 9 points to the good. If he wants to get that second championship, he's got to keep that speed he's had all season long and finish towards the front. Then there's Kyle Busch. He's just had an abysmal chase here in the Miscraft Cup Series. He won New Hampshire to start out the season, but he's starting 16th here today, and he's 28 points below the cut line, and that's going to be really difficult to make up as there's a maximum points earnings of 35 here today, and same goes for Joey Logano. Not as bad, though. He starts 17th right behind the 8 of Kyle Busch. He made the Final Four last year, and he's looking to try to do it again, but he's going to need a lot of help here today. And then, of course, there's the couple that we've been watching all season long. A lot of drama between these two. It's Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. They've been running into each other and wrecking each other back and forth all season long. Cost both of them a win last week. And once again, it's a warning from NASCAR getting ready to tell them, hey, you know, if it happens again, we're going to park you. So, you know, these two have been on hot watch here recently in the Miscraft Cup Series, but we'll see if they get into each other here today. All right, with that out of the way, let's go take a look at your starting lineup here today in the Ghost 500 at South Maine. On the back row is Michael McDowell. Then you have Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez in the top 30. It's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Carson Hosfar starting in row 14. Then it's Ryan Preece and Austin Cindric. You have Harrison Burton and Shane Van Gisbergen in the 88 there in row 12. Then it's Austin Dillon and Ty Gibbs. Top 20 now is Blake Garcia and Alex Bowman. And ahead of them is going to be Noah Gragson in the 10 and a chase contender, Joey Logano in the 22. Another couple of chase contenders, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., row 8. Then it's Josh Berry, who won in LA, and Chase Briscoe. Then you have Christopher Bell and Denny Hamlin. Both of them missed the chase this year. And here's your top 10. It's Tyler Reddick starting in 10th there with a 45 machine. Then it's Chase Elliott for Hendrick. Chase contenders there. Then it's Brad Keselowski starting 8th. A good effort for him. Kyle Larson starts 7th here today. Then you have the 6 of William Byron. He's starting there pretty good. Just need to get a good run to get into that Final Four. Top 5 now is Chris Buescher in the number 17. Bubba Wallace in 4th. Starts there for the 23. Ryan Blaney in the 12 starts 3rd. And on your front row, it's Tyler McDonald with Texas Heat Racing. And then it's going to be Ross Chastain, as we mentioned earlier, starting 1st, trying to get himself in that Final Four. All right, today is going to be a 15-lap race here at the South Maine Raceway. It is the cut race to determine the Final Four. Ross Chastain is on pole for race number 11 out of 12. And, you know, it's a half-mile track with just about 4.5 degrees of banking. And it's been renamed for the 3rd time from the Maine Raceway to the Southside Speedway, and now to South Maine. Raceway. So we're finally settled on something here, and the cars are rolling off. We're got the engines fired, and the nerves are really starting to hit home for these drivers now. Get that anxiety out, shake it out, because it's time to go racing, time to put your foot to the floor and go race for a championship. 8 cars trying to make it into the final 4. We'll see which one of them will do it here today in South Maine. Green flag is flying in the air, and Ross Chastain leads us down to turn number 1. Clean getaway for the 1 car. Down the backstretch, Blaney now clears into second position. They are side by side for 4. A little bit of contact from Blaney, but it looks like Ross Chastain's going to lead lap number 1. Down to turn 1, here comes the 28 machine. Looking at the inside, but he can't get there. They're 3 wide back behind them. Look at the 45 of Reddick looking at the inside of Hamlin there. He'll get that spot now as they start to single file out towards the front. Chastain trying to run away from Ryan Blaney. Here comes McDonald peeking to the inside there for a second. There he is, side by side with Blaney. Gonna slide up a little bit there in turns 3 and 4, but he will take the spot. Second place for the 28 machine on lap number 4. Ross Chastain trying to pull away here. There's a gaggle of chase contenders back here. Barry, Truex, Busch, and Logano all trying to fight their way forward. You see William Byron is up on Truex by a single point here, just a third of the way through this race. There's Tyler Reddick getting a spot there on his teammate Bubba Wallace. Larson to the inside of him as well. Down into turn number 3. Larson will take that spot away, but Bubba's going to cross him back over to the inside and take that spot right back. Hamlin's going to follow him through on the inside lane. He's going to try to get clear of the 5, and he will down the back stretch as Chastain is now under pressure from the 28 machine. 6 laps are complete here in South Maine. Down to turn 1. Oh, what is this? It looks like the lights have gone out here in South Maine. Oh my goodness, we've never seen this before. Unbelievable. The whole entire track is just shrouded in darkness except for the yellow lights illuminating the racetrack and even the moon. But that's it. That's all we've got. The red flag is out, but you can't see the flag, man. Oh, and it looks like Austin Dillon's stuck in the barrier as well. I think it's Austin Dillon anyway. Oh, man, unbelievable. This is such an unprecedented event. We've never had this happen before in the Miscraft Cup Series. I think the cars are stopped on the front stretch. It's hard to tell. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the replay here. It looks like Austin Dillon just drives into the tire pack there at the exit of pit road. And man, that's tough luck for the 3 machine. I mean, you can't see anything. The lights are all out, and pitch black here at the South Maine Raceway. Tough way to go out, if I'm being honest. And wow, it looks like they're just playing with Austin Dillon because the lights have come right back on here at the South Maine Raceway. He is crashing out on lap number 7. A harmless incident, it seemed. You know, I mean, everyone seemed to get away fine and stop on the front stretch. But, wow, all right, yellow's back out. We're getting ready to go back going here. All right, if you head down to Circuit DIECAST, you can use the code NMCS Racing to get discounted shipping on hats, t-shirts, at DIECAST, and more here. Let's take it to the choose code for the first time today. Looks like Chastain will go right back to where he started this race. Inside, front row. Same for McDonald, outside, front row. And your DoorDash Fast Fact for today is that South Maine Raceway, we mentioned already, has now been renamed for the 3rd time. Was first in use in season number 2 and is now getting ready to take the green flag. Once again, a green flag is back in the air here into turn 1. It looks like McDonald's going to try to get away. They're 3 wide for the point as Blaney made a little contact there with Chastain. And now the 28 machine is going to try to scoot away into turn number 3. Blaney now clear for 2nd. Tyler Reddick showing face in 3rd. Byron now takes 4th from Chastain. The 1 car just dropping like an anchor here, throwing anchor out into turn number 1. Now Buescher's back by him. He's out of the top 5 now. McDonald trying to get away. Here's a little contact with Tyler Reddick and Ryan Blaney. Whoa, Byron slides a little bit there. He keeps that car straight. Take an overhead view of turns 1 and 2 here. A little contact from the 45 and the 11 cars. Crash in turn 1. 1 car's up on top of another one. It looks like Blake Garcia is surfing on top of Chase Briscoe. And the red flag is right back out here at the South Maine Raceway. Unbelievable crash in turn number 1. It's the 07 machine jacked up on top of the 14 car. Oh, and it looks like some chase contenders are involved as well. Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. Oh, man, a heavy impact on the inside wall. And then he ramps off those turtles right on top of the 14, does a pirouette, and slams right back down on the hood of the 14 car right there. Those yellow turtles on the inside just causing chaos here. Let's see it one more time. Looks like Kyle Busch tries to get in line behind the 07. Didn't really think he could make the pass or something. I can't say that was intentional, but it sure looks like it. Yeah, tough luck there for the 07. He's on the rollback and heading out, and Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch are cut from the chase. after this crash on lap 11. A huge implication of the point standings, and it looks like Martin Truex Jr. will not get that second championship in this, his final season of the Miscraft Cup Series. Tough luck for him. And let's go to the choose cone for this restart, which will be on lap number 13. It'll be 3 laps to go when we take the green flag. McDonald is your leader. Blaney is second on the outside lane. This is going to get good. All right, it's time to go racing once again. Who is going to take the checkered flag here in South Maine? Who's going to make the final 4? Green flag's back in the air, and we're racing once again. 3 to go, down to turn number 1. Byron slides up there, 3 wide. Here's Reddick to the inside there, side by side for third. 3 wide now as Chastain takes it to the inside. Door to door for that position. He gets on the curves a little bit there, but Hamlin now clears for third. Popsicle sticks are in the air, and McDonald's looking for his first win, but here comes Byron trying to go back-to-back in South Maine. He takes the lead. He clears McDonald down to turn 1, a little bit of bumper to the 24 car, side by side, 3 wide. White flags in the air in South Maine. Hamlin showing his nose to the inside there, door to door, beating and banging to turn 1. Byron has the edge. He's got the run down to turn 3 for the final time. Hamlin sends it in there, sliding up the track. They're going to slide again. They're going to crash across the start-finish line, and Denny Hamlin wins. They pile up heading into turn number 1. Caution is out on the racetrack as the checkered flag flies simultaneously, and Denny Hamlin in the Coca-Cola machine will win here at the South Maine Raceway. Unbelievable finish. Once again, it's just the same tale we've had all season long, and coming down to the final lap, it's just madhouse chaos once again, and Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag this time. Unbelievable, breathtaking right there. Right here you see the 11 slide it in. Byron gets a little high. He tries to cross over, climbs over the left rear tire, and wrecks both him and the 11. Somehow, miraculously, they both finish 1 and 2 still, and Hamlin's spinning across the start-finish line. Everyone piles in. Chastain's involved in the fray. William Byron gets picked up off the ground again, but it doesn't matter. They finish second. Looks like they made the final 4, and what a crazy, crazy, crazy way to finish this race here in South Maine. I'm getting super excited about this finish, but man, that was a really hard hit for Denny Hamlin there on the inside. Man, driver's side first into that little armpit right there, basically on the inside wall. Just a heavy hit, but yeah, here's your top 10. I mean, we're going to move right along here. Chris Buescher gets a good solid finish there. Larson finishes in 9th place right there as well. Bubba Wallace, a great finish for him in the 23 machine. Man, I'm out of breath. Christopher Bell finishes up there as well. Wow. Ryan Blaney, I'm telling you what, man, what a fantastic battle he had here today with McDonald. The same for Reddick, pushing people out the way. Bump and run, man, was the name of the game here today. McDonald almost got his first win here today in South Maine. And then Ross Chastain just barely got by him there at the line. And then your top 2, absolute cinema from William Byron and Denny Hamlin, who will go to victory lane here today. His 10th career Miscraft Cup Series win, and it comes at the South Maine Raceway. He won't get to do a burnout. It'll be on the hook heading across the start-finish line. But let's take a look at those standings, shall we? Here's your final 4 heading into the Darlington Raceway. Your championship contenders for this season are Ross Chastain, Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Chase Elliott. This is going to be a fantastic battle. Sadly, Truex, Berry, Logano, and Busch by at least 14 points apiece will not make it in. Kyle Busch with an abysmal negative 47 points to the cut line after today. Just a really rough chase for that number 8 machine. And, well, it finally got cut off here today. He's definitely out of it. Now let's go take a look at those results here today. Denny Hamlin gets the win, 40 points for him. He's the highest of the guys who didn't make the chase. Byron, really good run. Same for Ross Chastain. Good momentum for those guys. They've been really good here in the chase. And same for Tyler Reddick, who finished up there as well in the top 5. You see Chase Elliott had a solid enough day to make it into the final 4. Josh Berry, Joey Logano, they finished top 15. It just wasn't enough to get them into that final 4. And of course, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch finishing 3rd and 2nd to last here today. And the last guy not shown on screen here is going to be, of course, the 3 of Austin Dillon, who plowed into the barriers there when the lights went out. And well, there they are. These are the final 4 drivers. One of these guys will become champion, whether they win in Darlington or not. The next race, the 12th and final race of the season, will be the Miscraft Cup Series Championship race at the Darlington Raceway. It's going to be a fantastic one to finish out here. The highest finisher of these 4 will win the title 3 guys going for their first championship as Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Tyler Reddick, and 1 guy who won in Season 6 looking to go for a second title just like Ryan Blaney did last season is William Byron, and that exalts to number 24 Chevrolet. It's going to be a good one. Thank you all for tuning in here from the South Maine Raceway for race number 11 and in the chase. This is it for the Miscraft Cup Series, and until Darlington, we'll see you next time.